jobs, justice,
education, health,
and housing.
Jobs, justice,
education, health,
and housing.
That is what the Louisville Urban League is about.
This is an example of a night fort. It's very important for you to know to practice how a knight moves. Who can tell me how a knight moves?
Oh, L shape.
L shape. Right. So he goes one. He starts here 1, 2, 1 over, right? 1, 2, 1 over, right? Okay. And it's the last square he lands on. That's the piece he can capture.
The Louisville Urban League has been kind of like a partnership for me and my family for many years. My oldest is 21, and he's been a part of the Urban League since he was in 7th grade. And he was in the Project Ready program here, which teaches leadership and development, and also the Summer Reach program that also stems into science and technology and math. For my oldest, it's the most impact because I had a lot of troubles with him being very rebellious, and the leadership that was here actually became his mentors over time, and they became his best friends where he didn't want anything to do with them at first. So it's a friendship, partnership, just a very, like a raising a village collective type effort. I'm very excited about how he was able to take the foundation that the Urban League gave him and carry it over into college and adulthood. He's at the University of Kentucky. He's double majoring in psychology and community and leadership development, and he's double minoring in theater and criminology. So he stays pretty busy. He's also part of an organization called Manners, which is through the College of Agriculture. So he's learning about agriculture, but they also teach leadership and development and networking with businesses.
We provide wraparound services, and so we are completely engaged in the full development of a young person. I vowed to myself that I would not allow a young person to grow up in some of the same conditions that I grew up in. And I think that's what makes the Urban League such a success, is that the individuals that work here are not just here to collect a paycheck, but we're here to make sure that lives are changed.
I'm the teacher at Wheatley Elementary School, and these are my students. They're in a self-contained classroom. They're from the inner city, and my job is to make sure they're exposed to positive programs, as many positive programs as I could get them enrolled in. So we've been talking to the supervisors of the Urban League, and we're going to get them signed up for all the programs, because this is very important. And I'm going to promote the flyers so that we can get more people to come out and take advantage of the programs that they have here. It's a beautiful program.
Okay. Oh, and good show. A good show. Thank you tonight.
Everyone is not on a level playing field. Some people have circumstances that are beyond their control, but just being able to provide that assistance or that mentorship to that person to get them to the next level is all we need. And that's what keeps me doing this every day.
I think life happens, and to me, life happened to me. And with that, I was on bricks. I was on the bricks. I didn't know what I was going to do. I worked in corporate America, and I worked in Indianapolis at first. And in 2008, when the market crashed, I had just gone on maternity leave, and the company had dissolved my position throughout the company, and all of a sudden I had lost my job. I ended up moving back to Louisville and staying with my parents, and I got a job here at ULL, University of Louisville, still not even making half of what I used to make. At that point, I was able to start saving for a home. I found a home in the West Louisville area, and I noticed the sign that said home ownership program and a down payment assistance. So I called the Louisville Urban League, and I found out that I was eligible for a program that I would have never even thought I would be eligible for. And I went through a year of the program. I was set up with a counselor, and that was my counselor throughout the entire program. And you know, they take you step by step. They look at your credit report. They make sure you are paying your bills on time. They get you budgets. And I got to meet the person who was rebuilding the house. So I was able to actually have a part of what they did. I got to say if I wanted hardwood floors. I got to say if I wanted carpet. I got to say what I wanted my backsplash to be. So it was sort of like I was building the house as well. So I love it. I love it. You know, we went from staying in my parents' living room for a year and a half to me having my own home, they having their own room, their own bathroom, and to actually watch the process of my house being revitalized.
When people have safe, affordable, and decent housing, they are able to put forth their best effort and basically have peace of mind. Studies show that children who grow up in stable households perform better in school. They're able to thrive more because they don't have those financial drains and worries that are passed down through the parents, because they do pick up on that.
And just to wake up in the morning and know that you have made a difference in someone's life, that is just intrinsically motivating for me. Every time you see someone whose credit score increased, or someone who advanced their level on their job, or someone who was able to successfully get that job they had always been wanting, but they just needed to tweak that interview.
I love UPS. I love the pace of the job. The way it happens, it's really magical to watch it. On a typical night, we move 1.1 million packages a night, getting them in 3 hours and getting them out. So it's just a 3-hour sort that we have to make all that happen. We roughly have 300 aircraft arrival and departure within UPS on a nightly basis. Fast pace, high energy. I have great folks that work with me. I'm very proud of what we accomplish on every night. But it's not just like I'm successful, it's like my team, we're successful. And the Urban League and obviously UPS management has a lot. That's a lot to do with it. I owe them that. When I came to UPS from Ohio, I believed that the ceiling will only be so high. I never saw myself as being a high potential candidate for an executive position. I never really saw that. With the training that I received as a result of ULAS, and also the mentorship that I received from some mentors within UPS, I saw that was not out of reach. I'm a air operational manager. I have responsibilities of roughly 500 employees, 3 full-time supervisors, 15 admins, and 50 frontline supervisors. The training that I received exceeded all of my expectations. It was mostly a relationship. It didn't seem like training, if you will. It was more of discussion. It felt as if you had a mentor and you were amongst friends and you were learning different skills that's going to help you in the business world, and not just only the business world, but also through life. That partnership between the Urban League and UPS, I'm a product of that. Ben Richmond and some of the other trainers that I had throughout the Urban League, had it not been for them, I wouldn't have had the confidence to envision myself as being an executive. When I speak about confidence, when I say confidence within myself, it's a belief. It's a belief that I can achieve more. It's believing in myself that I can be an unstoppable force. And a lot of times when you come from impoverished backgrounds, you don't see yourself as being able to achieve the greater success in life. The greater success comes from working through, with, and learning from other people. And then you turn that around and you help the folks that support you, and then you use that as an example to bring other folks up with you. So it's kind of a push-pull type of thing. I think it's my duty to help pull somebody else up as I was pulled up.
The Louisville Urban League has the ability to change our entire city. The work that we do moves families from poverty to self-sufficiency. And we're one of very few agencies that can do all of that for everyone into a household. And so our work is not short-term, it's long-term work. And so we really could use long-term investment and support, because we're making our city a bigger city, one person, one family, one household, one community at a time.
The Louisville Urban League matters because we help connect people to opportunities that can actually change their lives. This is not a Band-Aid organization. This is about moving people out of poverty. Hopelessness left alone will spread. We cannot afford that in Louisville. We cannot afford that anywhere in this country. And I need people to invest in this organization, because we can, and it has been shown that we can make a difference, and we will make a difference. And the more investment, the more difference we'll make.
This is the Urban League. This is how we're going to do it. This is how I walk up in the Urban League. This is how I'm going to do it. Hey. Everybody in the world loves us. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, be yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, be yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, be yourself. 1, 2, 3, just be yourself.